welcome back to my channel. I'm the Brown Patriot girl, and I'm about to fill you in on some truths about why I voted for Donald Trump in 2016 and why I'm going to do it again in 2020. Unlike the Democrats, it was very easy for me to say why I'm voting for Donald Trump again. There are tons of reasons why I'm voting for the guy, so listing 10 was just like a piece of cake. But here we go, in no particular order. Number one, he loves this country. And the reason that I know this is because why would a guy who is that rich and that successful need to subject himself to what the media has done to him the past 4 years plus if he didn't love this country? If you look back at interviews from the 90s, Donald Trump is the same guy he was then. Little crude, little arrogant, but we're not voting on him to be our best friend. We're voting on him to run this country. Back in the 90s, any interview you watch, he will be spouting the same exact things. In fact, in an Oprah interview in the 90s, he said that if he ever needed to run for president, if he ever felt like the country was in such a position that he felt he needed to do it, he would do it. And 2016 happened to be that year. And I'm so glad that he did. It just shows that he has not changed his views based on the wind blowing like the Democrats will. You know, all of these years, he's still the same person he was back then. Whether you like the guy's personality or not, you can't say that he isn't authentic. You'll be hard pressed to convince me that this guy really doesn't love this country. It's the country that afforded him to become a very wealthy person, have a lot of fun, travel the world, date hot women, all because of the opportunity that this country gave him. And he wants to see everybody succeed because he knows that if you have the drive, anybody can achieve that in the United States of America. What an amazing country we live in, that literally people are trying to flock here to better their lives and the lives of their family. Hey everybody, Brown Patriot girl here. Are you sick of being silenced by the radical left? Are you sick of being told you can't support your president and you're being divisive by doing so? Well, so am I. And that's why I'm here to spout off the truth and to spew my political beliefs all over YouTube, whether they like it or not. If you like this kind of content and you're a Trump supporter and you're God-fearing and you're truth-seeking and you're hardcore American heritage and you're flag-waving, veteran troops supporting, pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, pro-made in America, pro-God, then subscribe to this channel and join the community of like-minded people who are tired of the crap of the radical left and ready to seek the truth and tell everybody about it. Trump 2020, make America great again. I kind of talked about this in my last one, that he loves this country, and I really truly believe, number two, that he wants to see all Americans succeed. The things he's doing to help businesses comes across on the media as him trying to help the big man. But really, when you start at the top, it works its way down. If you raise the taxes on the big man is going to raise the prices on their product or on whatever they're offering to society through their business. They're not going to lose money. They're going to raise the prices below to make up for that change. So in turn, that's hurting the little man. And that is what Donald Trump knows as a businessman. You give incentives at the top so that they are more free to create more jobs and have less stipulations that they have to follow, making it easier for them to create these jobs. This is what Donald Trump understands as a businessman. It's not about just getting something across your desk, signing on the dotted line and letting it go. For instance, the taxpayers' money. I really do think he takes every time he signs that piece of paper very seriously. For instance, Air Force One. He's rebuilding Air Force One right now. And the first quote that they got that came across his desk, he was like, whoa. I've built a plane before. It does not cost this much money. Send it back and try again. And that is the kind of leadership that I want to see. You know what Obama would have done? Oh, that looks great. Can't wait to fly in that. And he just signed our money away. He wouldn't have cared how much it was. He wasn't trying to make a deal for us. He doesn't know anything about making a deal. He just knows how to talk good to a camera and follow a teleprompter. And I don't want a teleprompter president. I want a president who's real with me. I want a president who says the things that I say around my dinner table when I'm hooting and holler about politics. And President Trump offers that to us. And we love him for it. I believe President Trump, number 3, is fair, and I believe he listens to the American people, like I just said, sitting around my dinner table hooting and hollering about politics with my husband, and then I turn on the news and Trump's literally saying the words right out of my mouth. I've never seen that in a political leader before. It's always teleprompter speech after teleprompter speech thought of between a group of people put together to present to the American people. And I'm tired of that. I think the American people are tired of that. We want real. Whether he's off the cuff and a little rough around the edges sometimes, I'll take that over a teleprompter speech president any day, because you know what? We know what we're getting with Trump. You're never wondering what he's thinking. You always know he's being honest. And the media will literally try to sit there and tell you that he is a dishonest president. For instance, he played down the coronavirus in the beginning. But like he said at his town hall, he played down the coronavirus in words. He played it up in action behind the scenes, because as a leader, and this is my number 4, he's a strong leader. He's a strong advocate for America. When he's meeting with Kim Jong-un and he's meeting with the other leaders, the leader of China and the other leaders of other countries, Putin, come on, Biden against Putin. Can you imagine that? I mean, it's actually kind of comical. I just get, that's kind of funny. He'd be like, move that up, that teleprompter. Okay, Putin. What my party tried to say that I should tell you is that we're not going to take your crap in America. And I don't usually get upset. I'm getting upset right now. Putin's just going to be laughing. Okay, that's not going to happen though. That is not going to happen, God willing. But yeah, Trump's a strong leader, you know? You don't like the way he talks. Do you think that other countries are more intimidated by Trump or more intimidated by Biden? And let me tell you what I mean by intimidated. I don't mean that in a bad way, but when you're a leader and you have a strong presence, being intimidating is not necessarily a bad word. You can be an intimidating person. Doesn't mean you're mean and an ogre the way that the media tries to portray Trump. It's really horrible what they do to this guy. I mean, he's not a bad person. They really make him out to be like some kind of demon, and the way that they do everything over there, how they spin everything, every little thing. Literally, they were talking about the peace agreement he just signed the other day, and reporters were saying it was a distraction effort to cover up that he said he was playing down the coronavirus, because that's all they really want to talk about, is that he said in a book to Bob Woodward that he played down the coronavirus in the beginning, when the truth of the matter is, and we all know it, that Trump was working his ass off in the beginning of this, and still today. Him and Pence, they looked so dog tired like 3 months into this. I was like, wow, you know, it's really taking a toll on them. And they were just working around the clock with Fauci and all the other health directors. I mean, they were just working so hard. Everybody was. And it's funny now in hindsight to hear the media saying that they didn't work hard enough when they were the ones in Chinatown, and they were the ones saying he was prejudiced for closing the borders. They were the ones not taking action and worrying about a fake impeachment. All of these things that they were doing, that they are now saying that Trump was delaying in action. Are you for real? Number 5, we are safer with Trump than we are with any Democratic candidate that they've thrown before us in the recent years. Trump, again, yeah, he has an intimidating persona, and some of people are really offended by that for some reason. But guess what? He's our intimidating president. You don't think Putin's an intimidating guy? He's over there being a communist leader, okay? We have Trump, who is a strong leader for us, not against us. That's a good thing, people. You want a strong leader. Like, I've always had those friends who are always the friends who are more prone to get into bar fights. But we're cool, you know, they love me. But I know that when I'm in a bar with that person, they are going to have my back. Like, I'm happy that I got the scrapper who's my friend, because if something goes down, they're on my side. That's Trump. He's our scrapper. He's on our side. And that is a great thing. We are no longer being freight trained by other countries with bad deals and just sending American dollars out right out the gate without even thinking about it. Just sure, sign on the dotted line. Sure, that's whatever. I don't care. Like, I don't know how to make a good deal. I don't know how to go back and say, China, I don't really know. They're intimidated by China. Obama was intimidated by China. Remember when he went on that apology tour for America? He was like apologizing to all these leaders of other countries. I was so embarrassed by that. I did not agree with a lot of the things Obama did. But did I go out and cry and throw a fit for 4 years and then at the end really start rioting and tell the American people that if you don't vote my way, this is going to continue? No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I pulled up my big girl pants and I said, you know what? It's 4 years. 4 years goes pretty quick. And I'll get another opportunity and hopefully I'll get a good candidate that I can stand behind and feel good about and vote in. And that's what happened in 2016. But then ever since then, I've had to deal with watching these people on TV just acting like fools and crying about this president. Literally, Hillary Clinton is still pouting about this. It's actually really comical. Get over it, guys. Get over it. I didn't like Obama and I had to watch him be voted in twice. Get over it. Look forward to the future. 4 years isn't forever. You can always vote your candidate in next time. Chill out. Get over it. The world's not coming to an end. It's seeming that way because of the way you guys are acting. You really got to stop. Reel yourselves in. Go get an education because nobody that's like completely educated and right upstairs would be acting this way. And I'm talking to the looters and the rioters and all of these people acting a fool in the name of Black Lives Matter. Go get a life. I'm editing and I just had to say too, we're also not being blown up by ISIS and run over by ISIS anymore. Does anybody notice that? Why do you think that is? Is that because Trump was so mean and blew up their leader over there? The martyr, the prestige. Is that why ISIS isn't running all over the world anymore? Because I sure do feel a lot safer now that Trump's blown up some of them bad guys. I don't know about you. In no particular order. Number 6 is probably number 1 on my list. His policies. Have you looked up the guy's policies? They're so American to the core. Like, how can you disagree with them? If you look at my banner at the top of my page, when you click on my YouTube page, you will see what I stand for most solidly. And that is supporting our troops and our veterans. That is pro-life. Pro-life because there's no in between. In my opinion, a woman should be afforded an abortion if she's been raped or other circumstances like that. I don't believe that American taxpayer dollars should be going to pay for multiple abortions. Being in the healthcare field, I've seen a lot of things, and a 10th abortion is a little too much, okay? You're just at that point using it as birth control, and it's not right. So I do think there should be some stipulations on the abortion front. As far as family planning, I honestly like family planning. I used family planning as a teenager. I think it can offer good resources to a community. I don't feel like we should totally do away with family planning. That's just my opinion, but there's no in between. And when the Democrats are going so extremely far left, to the point where they literally want to be able to end a baby's life right before it's born, I can't stand with that. I have to go in the direction of pro-life because there's only 2 options. One is so extreme that I have to go in the pro-life direction. So that's where I stand with that. Don't tread on me. I have been raised in a family of hunters. We've always had guns. I grew up shooting on the shooting range with my grandfather and my dad. I'll always have a gun in my home. I was raised to use one properly with safety. I don't know what else to say about it. Come and take it.